Oh, okay. Welcome to the first ever Kingdom's Reign campaign, Chorus of Recursion. The year is 1214 ATR. Dinartha and Amenhotep's war has been on a yearly recurring ceasefire for 5 years now, and there is much optimism that this will be the year that the two kingdoms reach a full peace treaty. But political tensions seem to rise with each passing day nonetheless. However, you are far from politics. Well, that's going to stop every time? That's going to get annoying.
You said it was 1218.
1214.
1214.
1214 what?
ATR.
ATR.
After.
No, ART. No, ATR. After Thraller's Revelation.
Okay, yeah.
Here. Lovely. Still another DMing thing. I really wanted to do it in there. Ankle deep in the mountainous swamplands of the island of Chieftain Isle, which, from the world map, is right there, where it says World Prison. Sent here on behalf of one of the many corporations of Parnas, the shadowy organization of Hush. Little is known about Hush, how Hush actually functions, and nothing is known about its origins, founders, or current leaders. In the past months, you were each sent a letter with Hush's insignia on it, along with precise directions and exactly enough chirps to get you to where you were going. For your own reasons, you knew you had one option, which was to accept. The Chieftain Isle is only known for two things historically. One, this is where this is the island that the barbaric scourge created their anti-kingdom in order to fight back against the established kingdoms. They were led by the barbarian chieftain bastard Radix Draconic Reaper. All of that ended when the kingdoms defeated the scourge in the Thousand-Year War and taking these lands. The second infamous thing this island is known for is what the kingdoms did with the land after they gained it. Amenhotep made a quick move on the territory and immediately turned it into an island for slave labor. That was you. As from other kingdoms, Amenhotep made a pivot and turned the land into a massive world prison that all kingdoms can send their worst criminals to. This prison still stands strong today as a nearly impenetrable fortress with tens of thousands of inmates. You are at least 2 hex strides, which is 100 miles, west of the prison itself. All of your letter says was to dock at Slaver's Bay, which you did, and travel 2 far strides, which is 10 miles, east along Garfinger's Track, until you find a hut with reed stalk thatch roof, where you will be looking for a hut representative by the name of Cassius.
With a C or with a K?
Caseus.
Casus?
Seus?
Yeah. This will be today's chat log, and I'll put something in here. You guys will be able to see it. That's just the opening monologue that I have. Both of you can give me a nature check for your first d20 roll of Force of Recursion.
Sorry.
No problem.
You said a nature?
Yeah, boy.
This is a d20, right?
Yeah, big boy.
Why is it?
It's like one of the
why
few
is it
skills I don't
also-
have. Solid 5.
5? Okay. With mods, I'm hoping?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, you guys.
14.
Hey, you know better. Great.
7.
Okay. That's right. Great. So I need my paper. Where's my name paper? Here.
Yes.
So small. I will be redoing this, but that's okay. Sora, you are first. As you approach, the air is thick with dampness. You will see this building, which means we are mini. You can come choose your minis. I'm actually going to get one if you want me to get you a permit.
I can one. Or if you have a phone.
Totally your call.
Thank you.
Okay, a cleric section over there. I don't know how filled it is.
Fail.
It's filled to the.
Looks like me.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe just paint that one if you want.
I mean, this is a little bit punk rock, but like it's cool. See,
Rough, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, look at that stuff. This needs a shield. Perfect. Awesome. You will arrive first. Outside, there will be a hammock that kind of just swings gently with the wind. This is a door. I always draw my doors like that, so I've been doing that.
In there.
The door's closed as you arrive.
Run it down.
Nice. Good job.
My perception's really high, just so you know.
Okay. Going in?
Does it look like the hut that was described?
It's not that proof.
I'm gonna go over to the hammock and see if somebody's in it.
It is empty.
I'm gonna sit in it for a second and swing.
Okay. I like it. Give me an acrobatics check for your swing.
Just like gently swing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just curious of how delightful it is for you.
Yeah. How well do you swing?
Just subtract 2. Well, 15.
Oh, that's a good swing. It's like,
I'm hoping to have a little bit of like crazy person, kind of like rocking to myself for a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Are there windows?
What's that?
Are there windows?
Yes. How long did you want to swing for?
45 seconds.
So that's okay. Yeah, you're right. What's up?
Are there windows that I can see?
There is one window on the backside. Yeah, you're gonna poke your head through. Just look through the window.
Just look. I'm gonna look from afar.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check. I heard it's really good.
It's +3 +2. Oh, so I got a 10.
Okay. You can see that it's empty inside.
Okay, I'm gonna walk slowly around it.
Okay. You're walking through. And you see. Describe what he will see. What do you look like?
Oh, I'm a really gorgeous copper dragonborn lady wearing some white robes, and I look really not scary to approach it.
Is it? Does it seem? Is it just the robes, or is there also some sort of armoring as well?
The scale armor, would that look like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her would look to me like she's armored up and not just like.
I don't think I'd say it does look like she might be a little out of place. I mean, she's in a swamp, look dressed nicely.
Just it well, so Okay, cool. I probably would be. 'Cause it's probably pretty similar to the terrain that I grew up in.
Sure.
I would be the moment the hut comes into sight. I'd probably be kind of sneaking and trying to scope out and probably do a full 360 around it.
Okay. A stealth check. We'll take it against her 10 DC. The characters just never.
That's a nat 20.
Stuff. I'm John will bring down so I'm gonna write down my timestamp here.
And the reads.
Okay, yeah, you can be unidentified for as long as you want.
Okay.
You could probably even sneak into the building had you so chosen. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Yeah, I'll probably do a full 360. See, check the surrounding area, see if there's anything set up. I want to see if this seems like this cabin's inhabited like people would normally if they have a cabin like this out in the woods. Probably have traps set up to like catch things, stuff like that.
I'll give you an investigation check. I'll give you advantage with the critical on the stealth.
Okay. I don't
Oh my god.
say
My God. Do you want to know what happened in the first session? Back-to-back crits.
Seriously?
Yeah. That's 2 sessions with back-to-back crits. I'm kind of not believing this.
That's insane.
It's funny. You'll also probably see me like
I'd be screaming right now if Shepard was.
Yeah.
Okay.
kneel down and like muttering to myself.
Mm,
Great.
pretty quietly.
Oh yeah, I'm like fully talking to myself.
Okay.
Okay. You want to know what you see inside?
Yeah,
That was
and
what-
then did I see anything else outside? Any signs of life?
With a critical, I mean, you see her obviously. She doesn't see you. You will see. You will see that there are no traps. You're as confident as you can be. You think that this place is probably just kind of a stop for anyone bringing their criminals to the island or back. They just stop here along the way. This is a well beaten path, Garfinger's track.
A little waypoint, kind of. Okay, and then sorry, inside.
Inside, you will see that the floor is uneven, littered with muddy footprints that would have dried if it weren't for the swamp's water that seeps in with each step. A crude table stands in the corner with a few rusted utensils scattered across it. Outside is the hammock, fraying at the edges, hanging from 2 trees, swaying gently. Inside and on the roof, cobwebs drape the low ceiling, and the only light comes from the gaps in the walls and the one window, letting in thin, hazy beams. Nothing of value lies in here, just the stench of decay and neglect.
Okay. I'm assuming so the letter that I was sent
Yes.
just said to come here
And meet Cassius.
and meet Cassius. Okay. There was no sort of description of that person. Okay.
Nope.
Then I would probably at this point like poke my head out and like look at her and be like, "You can come in now."
So this is probably only going to fuel your insanity because about 3 minutes ago you looked and the only thing you were confident of is that they were going to be inside.
Right.
They're turned out to be inside. Yeah, welcome you inside.
Come in, please.
How do you say
Cassius.
Cassius?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that, but like Cassius, like
kind of mad. No, it seems Cassius couldn't be here. I didn't find anything in here regarding him, so I do not know where he is.
Okay, well, then what am I supposed to do?
Well, I believe that I was also sent here to find a Cassius, which
So you're
seems
gonna
like
pretend to be from
it's a bold move. I thought about it. But she does give off the air of a little bit of crazy.
You do good.
It seems that we both were sent here to find the same person. So maybe we should try finding said person or parting ways.
Describe what she sees when you look at her.
So a very dark-skinned half elf, so like average size, dreads going back, pretty probably more tattooed than that and a little more colorful, but stretched ears, tattooed, and really like light garments, leather armor, but like about as light as it can be. And then from there, most of it, other than like the tattoos, most of it just seems like it's meant to blend in with like the jungle terrain and or just wherever I find myself.
Would I know? Obviously, I can probably tell that he's from Amentet,
Yes.
but would I be able to tell by what he looks like where he is in terms of being a slave?
Yes. Yeah, you can do a history check.
18.
So whether you've done deals with Amenhotep or just kind of had studied up in literature, you would tell that because of the markings of his tattoos, he was a slave.
And in terms of the timeline, like I know that the slave trade is the whole time, but
Yeah.
there wouldn't be any reason for him to just be
No, he's just, yeah. Is that what you're asking? So,
totally interacting.
no, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could have asked you if you had already prepared and covered up these tattoos, which I know you probably would have.
Yeah, probably would have these things covered up and be a little more adorned than most taps would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there
will
be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. You would hear sloshing approaching, and kind of about 80 feet off, low to the ground, slushing through the water is a cloaked figure. Before you actually see them, you will hear them kind of.
I'm quickly look at you and talk quietly, knowing that you're a slave. Probably, I'm just going to say that I too have been let down by my kingdom, and I understand why you might have come. And if you'd like, I would like to ally with you before we find out who's about to enter.
Quick response.
Okay.
As this person, cloaked figure, approaches, you expect to kind of find, like, I don't know, somebody that would be decent at hiding what they look like. But as the cloak pulls back, you see a very beautiful Telosian veli, which is the bird race, with colors. It seems like every feather seems to be a different type of color. And it goes.
We were sent to meet you.
Inside that. Yes. You are. Inside that.
I would have been inside.
Yeah, yes, you're inside.
I'm
He's standing outside.
Gotcha.
You're fine? Yeah. Okay.
I'll open the door like it's my.
Yeah, great. Okay. Garfinger finds you well here. It's the path you guys went on.
Seems like home.
And he goes, I need to see where you live. My feathers are never gonna dry. And does like one of those bird shakes. And then he says, well, no secret that you're here. Because that shows you a favor. I'm gonna cut to it. He says, you're here to do a mission. Plain and simple. Locate and infiltrate a loose city. This city, not many people even know how to get to it. And if they do, they don't know how to get in. I'm going to need your help with that. But that's step 5. We're here for step 1. Step 1. Let's get some more help. There's more help. In the prison. The world prison event? No. Working out of a world prison. I probably did a fighter. We wouldn't call you sad fucks here. Get something really good. No. This is a smaller prison about 5 miles south of here. That's the one I want you in. That's the one I want you breaking out. You hear?
I think we could do that.
Who are we looking for?
2 people. They'll be in one room. That's how you know it's them. If you open up a cell and you find one person, it's either not them or they didn't do what I asked, which means they're not coming.
Do you know what they look like?
There's going to be 2 people in one cell. That's how you know.
Do you know how many prisoners are in this prison?
30 or 40.
How many guards?
More.
Then 30 or 40?
Probably.
Seems like a lot of guards for
Expensive
prison.
And they go, well, you want the prisoners to away the guards? Actually, sounds pretty good. That's how they do things in your kingdom, isn't it?
That's fair.
Seems okay.
The people do tend to overdo things.
You seem to be overthinking it, because this job's simple. I did everything for you already. I went down to the local library, and I sketched out a map. And then I drew over it exactly where you'll be going in. You're going to find sewer grates a mile north of the city. You'll go in the sewer grates, you'll follow them down. I've got your map here. I did just sketch this, copied it, so it's hard to you to figure out.
We're supposed to break into a prison and you couldn't have stolen a library book?
And he says, nope. You need to do a little bit on your own, don't you? What else do you need? It's a carbon copy. You're from Amenhotep, yes? Well, highly coveted is that piece right there. Schematics. Prison.
Quite coveted. I'm surprised they had that at a library.
Do you know of this prison?
You probably wouldn't. I mean, they'd have so many little carbon copy prisons. Like, if it's not the main complex, you're probably gonna have no clue.
Yeah. No, my kingdom does a lot on this island that they don't really discuss. So
Now, the star is where I need you. That's where you're breaking in. You'll be coming from the sewer or something. And he says,
so we'll be coming in here, and then these are prison cells,
yeah.
and then these are just outlying rooms.
So this looks like these are going to be like guard posts.
Gotcha.
And then that's the outer walls there, and then that's like a courtyard. All of this is courtyard, and that's the main prison itself.
Okay. So will we be coming up within a room?
So yeah, I mean, if you're inside this is the tube itself. So you'll be in.
Oh, gotcha. The red is the sewer.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And then we'll come up through and then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He says, before you get on your way, you need to know where to go after you gather the other two people. Go back out the exact way you came, Slayer's Bay. Get the first boat towards Port Atha in South Haukar. I'll meet you there for further instructions.
So, back out to Slaver's Bay?
Yeah.
And then where?
Take a boat to Port Atha, which you will know is in Amenhotep's territory. It's technically Old Hajin country.
Gotcha.
I will get the map up here. Show you exactly where. So you guys are here. Wish I should get a better map on this one. You can zoom all the way in. And you'll be taking this trek here, and this is Port Atha right here.
Gotcha.
What are steps 2 through 4?
It's 2 is to get there. 3 will tell you when I meet you.
Okay.
So we know 1, we know 2, we don't know 3, we don't know 4, but we know 5, or at least a bit about it.
Yes.
Is to locate and infiltrate the city. What city?
He goes, I'm glad you asked. You don't need to know. But I will say that any information you can find about hidden locations, hidden cities, elusive cities, cities that are hard to find, I will take. You give me a history check. I'll give you advantage because you're a conspiracy theorist.
Nice. I need to write this down. 18 plus 3 plus 2.
Okay. So you get advantage. You can roll again. That'd be a 20. Whatever that is.
That was a 4.
So,
22.
22. You will know off the top of your head. You'll be like
23.
So there's a Telosian city which took off from the ground. It's called Featherstrand. It's literally a flying city. You will know about the Verdant Vale, which is in a giant thicket of trees. The main city of Holth in Amenhotep is in a jungle that most people say is impossible to navigate.
How do you spell it?
Kolth.
But probably the biggest one that you would immediately think of would be Penumbra. Penumbra, which is a Lolitulian city, allegedly, I guess I should say, because all the people of Lolitula, I don't know if you guys watched that video, that other video recently, but
No.
everyone of Lolitula has kind of been going missing the last 20, 30 years, or well, a couple hundred years. Their population is moving out of Plegia, their main city. and nobody except the people that are moving know where they're going to. And so
Okay.
there's like some if you know the right people, they will whisper the word number to you, which you've probably heard a few times. You maybe had probably never even heard the word.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says, 2 more things before I go. I don't care who you have to kill, what you have to do to get those people out and get me there. And he says, we are Hush. We can do things. However, I am warning you that if you get yourself caught, I will send someone for you, but it will not be to rescue you. Do you catch my meaning? Good. Don't mess this up. And he says, oh, yes, I should give you this. And he pulls out, he'll give you guys, like, if you need any starting equipment in terms of, like, adventurer's tools, where you can write down on the back of your sheet, an adventurer's tools pack. And then he will give you each under, I would put this in the center bottom, right there, under equipment, 23,500 chirps, which is the currency.
Okay. Does that seem like an exceedingly large amount?
So I will send you, or I believe I have it here.
You said 23,300?
23,500. So this is going to be the nice little currency breakdown. So this is D&D equivalent. So gold is 100 chirps. 1 gold is 100 chirps. So he essentially just gave you 235 gold.
Gotcha.
Whatever that would be, right?
Okay.
And then you do 2 or whatever. Whatever I just gave you.
2350.
So he just gave you 235 gold.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's hyperinflation in this world because of August Birch Society. If this really high number of chirps doesn't work in terms of like micromanaging, if it's way too much to figure out, then I'm willing to switch away from it later.
Okay.
But when you go to like purchase something, things will cost hundreds, if not thousands. So
Gotcha.
it's all relative. He does say that 3,500 of that must go to a boat ride to Port Atha.
Okay.
You guys can just take that out now if you want, or you can do it later. I don't care.
I'll just take it out now.
Cool.
So 20,000.
Okay.
Boat ride each?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, so 3,500?
Yeah, so that is quite a large amount of money. And he'll say, you can never come back to me during this mission and ask for more chirps. You've got enough now to carry you over, and then some.
I'll secret it away into a little pocket.
Any questions?
When we go to Port Atha, how do we find you?
I'll find you.
And if we don't show up with the 2?
Then I will figure out something to do.
Okay.
But that would be a bad start.
All right.
Any questions? Okay. I'll leave.
Okay. Well, no time like the present.
Okay,
And I'll go out the door.
Great. You two start walking south.
So what's your name?
Akna?
Okay.
Yours?
Yeah, I'm Sora.
Sora.
What do you do?
Many things.
Mm.
Perform, sing, dance, and sometimes smuggle, sometimes steal. But those are just the necessary things when you live in Amenhotep.
Mm.
You?
I'm a cleric. I mostly work with nobles from where I'm from. I'm not really used to being out here, but it's
Yeah. Sounds a little more exciting now that you're out here.
Exciting. Back at home too, but it's different.
Fair. What got you in this bind? Sorry.
Probably a longer story than this walk will let me tell.
Before your sentence finishes, you'll see a figure up ahead walking towards you. You guys find a little patch of land to meet them anywhere outside of this square, or any square that has blue colored in will be considered difficult terrain, which means your movement doubles.
Where are we coming from?
You'll just be in here. You can find yourselves wherever you'd like. And the person is about 200 feet away, so you guys have a moment for you to meet them. I will tell you, Sora, immediately that this is a Scaleborn. Now, Scaleborn is the number one race. There's so many of them, and they can be from any different kingdom. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be from the dynasty per se, but they are Scaleborn.
Should you be seen?
I can make my way.
You can give me a disguise. What we can normally do is if you're, I assume you're always going to be disguised, and that every morning you're going to touch up your makeup to make you not look like a slave. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, more or less. Unless I want something more elaborate, it'll probably just be the basics.
So what we'll do is instead of you making a check every morning, if one is needed to be made, you'll just make it, but it'll just be said that you had done it.
Right, retroactively.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Disguise.
Well, no, I'm just saying if it need be.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just for references. So you can answer the question. I think it was something about.
If you do have to do that, I'll cast guidance on you. Does that work? Is that how that works?
It would normally, but he makes the check in the morning.
Oh,
So
yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't accept it for that.
Okay.
Realistically. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I'll be fine. All right. They're your people. I'll let you deal with them.
Okay. The person walks up. It is indeed a gold, or it is indeed a Dinian, but it does not appear that they're from the Gold Scale Dynasty. Once you kind of take in what they are wearing, approaching is a white scaled. Eric's gonna kill me. There's probably a name for the white scales, but I don't know it right now. He has elaborate kind of red cloak and armor, kind of similar to yours. You will know immediately that, yeah, he's probably not Dinian. And he has a massive shield as well.
Does he look like a guard?
What that? He doesn't look like a guard. Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
No. That's good.
I was going. It's the same.
But his shield looks like this. You can both give me a religion check.
It's 13.
9.
So this is the guy that you meet here. With a 13, you're going to know the kind of like the markings on his chest, and more specifically, the marking on his shield will tell you that he is in service of the god of the god of King Cain, who is the god of victory and war. This is the god that was used by Amenhotep to conquer 2 other kingdoms and subjugate them. So if you're not from Amenhotep, you probably think this god is kind of like the worst god of all because it's what Amenhotep hides behind as they just slaughter people and take over their kingdoms.
Would this kind of make me feel like, do any other kingdoms follow King Cain in this way? Like, would there be, or could there just be singular people? Like,
yeah, there's only good things from this. It's just like the scene. It's like seeing the swastika, right? You don't immediately think the old Indian Hindu meaning of it. You're like,
You're nodding.
yeah. So kind of similar. Like it would immediately push you towards like,
Gotcha.
um,
Yeah, I'd probably bristle a little bit. No, I'm not gonna show anything or do anything, but
well, it's kind of contradictory. Like, he meets you with a very wide grin that almost touches all the way to his ears, and he says, "My name's okay. Nice to meet you.
you as well.
Like my shield?
Does it seem like he has acquired this? Or does it, like, because he looks
Yeah.
pretty tattered there. Does it
Yeah.
he look like a homeless man who just takes things when he can? Does it look like,
I look at you. So, I would say he doesn't. He actually, quite the opposite.
okay,
He looks very ornery.
okay.
Ornamented.
What's ornery?
It's like kind of grimy.
Oh, he doesn't look bad. Ornamental.
Am I able to do? Can I do any sort of perception to see if he seems like he has any sort of like? If he seems ornamented, does it seem like he'd actually have any experience in battle?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Like a little worn, torn.
If I say it's a lovely day, will that sound funny because it's swampy out?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna say 10.
He'll kind of go. Isn't it? It's always a lovely day when battle can be afoot. And he says, and you will be able to tell that he almost looks like everything doesn't fit very right now. He took it, but it just looks like a guy that wears armor, but like it's just kind of like kind of. And he says, "Hi, I'm an initiate of the Knights of Cain. I am a missionary.
So you spread the word?
Oh, not just the word, a fight. I spread the fight. Have you ever heard of King's Blade Island, the Kingdom of Cain, the Battlelands off east? This is
Yes.
a whole island chain you probably would have heard of. This is where knights, where people in Amenhotep go. They train to become Knights of Cain, and then they exit pretty much like killing machines.
It's hard to not hear of it.
He goes, well, then it seems like our reputation precedes us. Well, I am a missionary, which means I take battles to others. And I see you both adorned with weaponry, the first of the kinds I've seen on this island so far. Where were you trained?
You're trying to battle us right now?
Oh, yes, I am.
I don't want to.
Give me a second. I think I can convince you.
Okay.
You see the shield I got?
Pretty
This
big.
is a shield of Cain. You can both give me an Arcana check. And he says,
17.
22.
Damn.
oh, nice. Double crits though. This is a magical item that he holds. And he says, this doesn't just stop blades made from the hardiest metals in the world. No, this is a ticket. You kill me in one-on-one fair combat, you turn this in any Amenhotep city, and they will send you directly to the Kingdom of Cain to begin your practice. If I bring a certain number of heads to them that I won in fair battle, of course, then I get sent over there, and I get to train. Simple missionary mission. So I'm challenging you in a one-on-one combat. You kill me, you get to go be a Knight of Cain. If I kill you, then I bring your head back to my leaders, and there we go. I get to train.
Why do I only have to kill you and then I get to go, but you have to kill a bunch of people to go?
That's because I'm in service. And if I die in the line of service, I get to go to the Holy Right Land. And just as a reminder, each god has their own like heaven. So this is like essentially his way to be like, oh, if I die, I just get to. Yeah, and he says, he goes, and in that land, I get to ride on Cain's chariot. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Not that I'm gonna go easy on you. I promise I'm not.
I'm gonna look at him and say, I will not be the one sending you to that right line today, and I'm gonna start walking.
Well, what say you? I'm sorry, I didn't ask your name. I'm Joe Cambridge. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Joe.
Cho, Cambridge.
Cambridge. I'm gonna just keep.
Hey, well, yes, you have to listen. He spells out every letter of his name.
I'm late, Cho. I gotta go, Cho. I gotta go, Cho.
He goes, maybe I should read from the pamphlet. And he starts digging. You're gonna walk away, and then like 10 steps later, he goes, and he looks up, and you're gone. And then you share. He looks at you. He's wrong. He's like, out here. He starts walking the house. Joe Cambridge disappears. You guys will about an hour later, you will find a sewer grate as you're heading south, which seems to be the sewer grate.
All right. I
Do we know which way that's aligned?
You do not.
Cool.
It'll be interesting. I'll open the sewer grate. I'll open the sewer grate, look in, try and get like if it just keeps going the direction that we're walking.
Yeah, it does. Okay, jumping in. There's no light down here. I believe you both have dark vision, but this is going to be darker than dark vision.
We both have, I imagine, torches in the adventure pack.
Yep.
Okay. I also have an explorer's pack that also has it in there, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Then I'll say you're not going to get the adventurers pack from him.
Okay, cool.
That's
yeah,
too much for you to carry.
that's kind of what I was.
Light the torch, heading in.
I want to listen for a minute first.
Okay.
Just basically, and I'll
give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Are you going to continue walking, or are you going to stop for him?
Yeah, I would probably say something.
I'd be behind you anyways, so I'll just stop when you do.
Okay. I'll put a hand out and say we should. Let's wait.
I guess I should say, did any conversation take root about Cho Cambridge after you guys left on your way here, or was it just kind of like...
I wouldn't have said anything. Okay. So, unless you brought it up.
I'll mumble to myself a little bit.
Gotta go, Cho.
Sure. Yeah, this would probably be the first thing I'd said in a little bit. Let's take a moment, see what we see, hear what we hear before we light anything, before we move on. That way we're not giving away our position prematurely, if that is the case.
I'm assuming that your character maybe has never actually been on like a mission like this a whole lot.
Oh yeah, I'm just.
So you're just being like, are you trying to pretend like you know what's going on? Like, yeah, good call. That's what I was thinking. Or are you just folding in second and just following?
A little bit of both, but then there's also this other layer of I almost like I'm on a little bit of drugs all the time, I think. Which is just like, I'll go talk to myself or like try to talk to you, but you're giving me signals I'm not picking up on.
Yeah. Right. All right. Perception?
Maybe a little bit confident because I have the noble background, so I think I'm just good at everything.
20? You can just hear some rats further on.
Perfect. Then I'd look to you and ask you to pull out the torch. I'd light it. And then, I would start walking the way.
About 20 minutes in of just kind of stepping through disgusting smelling sewage, you will hit a fork. It goes right, goes left.
Okay. Well, we can. I would probably stop again, and I would tell you to back up by 5 feet. Are you gonna? I would go to the fork and listen again.
Okay, I'll let you ride that 20, and you can hear just the rats seem to be louder. That is it. I mean, yeah.
Any particular direction? Because I would probably imagine that he would like clump up. Just basically going through the jungles. I know that animals like that would clump near where like waste is or other things.
They seem to be in or to the left.
Okay.
I'm gonna. When you're listening, I'm totally gonna walk back up behind you and like poke you and show you this. And just over here, because there's a right and a left, or it's not on this map at all.
That's true. It seems that I'm hearing more to the left, so I say we check that area first, and we can just slowly check all of our sides. Does that work for you?
Okay, you're going left towards the rats?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll go left towards the rats, and then there will be, you can continue straight or go right.
Okay.
So you believe you're either here or here.
Gotcha. Well, I say we try for the right and see if it's correct. Does that work? Okay. Yeah. Take the
Okay.
right.
You will take the right, and what was your perception check?
20.
20. Okay, because you've heard these rats twice, I would say they will not surprise you.
Mhm.
They are not just rats; they are giant rats. And they'll jump out,
All right.
hiss, and claw at you, and we will enter into initiative.
Okay. Would they be a beast?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
You guys can place yourselves like right there.
Okay.
Going to be a roll for initiative.
Oh, what's the armor class? That is a 5. Armor class with leather armor?
I believe it's 11 plus dex, no cap on dex.
I don't have an initiative number.
It's just your dexterity is -2.
Thank you.
But what page 146? I don't think we tell you exactly what it is. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
gotcha.
that's it.
Yeah. I thought it was 11 plus.
Studded, I think it's 12.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, said 146.
But that has the no cap. Okay. On the
Okay, light armor. Yeah.
sorry, I just
Nope, I appreciate it.
what do we
11 plus dex.
what do we get on our rolls?
I got a 5. I got Mm. Also, at some point, I get 2 gaming sets.
2?
Yeah, and I just at some point,
Okay.
it's my subclass as well as the
Are you proficient in both of them?
yeah, there's you gain proficiency with one gaming set of your choice, and then the background, I believe, gives
What do you want to choose? And then the background gives you choose to 1 to get 1.
I think. Well, I guess yeah, I should check.
I want to know how many you're proficient in, how many you have. Mainly how many you're proficient in.
No,
Here? Yep.
I have proficiency in 2 gaming sets.
Okay. I would just choose dice and cards.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there were any specific ones that you wanted to use for the campaign. Okay. Perfect.
That's it, pretty much.
Sweet, that works for me.
Which is, I'm so great that a lot, some people have that because there is.
Sweet.
Right, what's like Andy on Smith?
We switched, but it's gonna be 1:30 this week.
Okay, so let's watch Ethan.
So if you're watching Ethan, it's at 1:30. So we can talk about this later. Okay, great. What it is going to attack first. Okay. It's going to go right at Sora. It's gonna bite. There we go. I believe that is going to be a 16 to hit. That hit.
I'm 16 now.
And 9 piercing damage. He bites into your ankle. Screeching a little. Akra, your turn. Belinda's turn there.
Oh, it's Akna.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my turn?
Why did you go before me?
Yeah, I got
I'm sorry, Sora.
Okay.
I'm just gonna swap you guys.
Yeah, totally fine.
My bad.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Not in practice. Because he's right there. He's bit me. I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice. Is that a leveled spell?
Make a melee spell attack.
Great.
So what do I do?
You roll and you add your +5.
Oh.
That'll hit.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna obliterate this little fucker.
Which one is it? What the heck is that?
8, I think.
8. Okay, yeah. 11.
10.
10. 21.
Okay, I don't think that. So, it's like, what does it look like when you cast Inflict Wounds?
It looks like I'm not even thinking it through, and I just like
Just a good care.
go. Yeah.
Flick.
I'm concerned about my bite.
Reverse to a skeleton. Like, it goes from all the stages of necrosis in like a second, and it's just gone. Its existence no more. And 2. So now we skip the second. Or no, that was the one. That was the first one. So now we second rat.
No, it's that one.
It's gonna run right up to
Can I do
Akra.
dodge or
You're talking about uncanny dodge.
or yeah? Is that what it?
Do you have uncanny dodge?
No, I don't remember going.
No, it's I don't believe. So uncanny dodge will give half damage. I'm pretty sure it's 6th level.
Yeah, you're right.
It is going to miss. Dodge is going to be on your action.
Yeah.
He has some reactions.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
He'll miss with a 6.
Cool.
And end his turn. That will be your turn, Akra.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta remember how to pronounce it, so you're fine. Alright, I'll take out my short sword then.
Or should you should go back to calling you fucking
That is labor. There's things in there for my character, the moon.
It wasn't even a joke. Separate.
There's a lot of stuff.
I don't know why my mind.
It sounded like the right type of name. I don't even remember it.
The moon's meant to.
It's so slow.
It is.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna take out my short sword. So is disengaging, that's a main action?
Not for you. It's a bonus action.
Okay, it is a bonus action. Okay, that's what I thought.
Dash, hide, dodge, hide, or disengage. That's the bonus action.
So I'm gonna take out my short sword. Wow, that's a 7.
That'll miss.
Alright, well then I'm gonna disengage. And I'm gonna go 15.
Okay.
Stop there.
And now it will be Giant Rat is dead, so now it'll be Sora's turn.
Okay.
That's what's dead.
I'm gonna use my breath weapon
Nice.
on him.
Dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
PC 12.
DC 12. That will succeed with a 19.
Half for fail, half for a success.
Yep.
2.
Okay.
Do you need a
2d6 acid.
Where's mine? D6.
D6? It's probably right here.
New roll dice.
Right there. Thank you. Yep. I can put that on, but that's cool. Whatever.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was all of them. So you got 2 damage.
You already have it.
Yeah, I already had it. So it was 4.
Okay.
Foul.
It's gonna attack you, Sora.
Okay.
And he'll miss with the second attack. You just kind of step right out of the way. This thing is like the size of a dog, too, so
He's on.
it is no joke. Now it is your turn.
Okay.
What do you get back in there with your short sword?
I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna drop the short sword, take out a dagger, because I can do that as
Yep, reaction.
reaction.
Throw.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw the dagger.
Love it.
That's another 2. All right, that's a 7.
You realize that the clink off of the like tin wall. I know it's gonna be stone, but still, it'll just real quickly kind of spark for a second. To light up the ghoulish, creepy, giant rat figure. It's kind of snarly, and it blinks out just with the thing. And your dagger's down in the sewer somewhere.
And then I'm gonna use a bonus action. It's one of my subclass things that I can give the help action as a bonus action.
Within.
Additionally, when you use the help action to aid an ally in attacking creature, the target of that attack can be within 30 feet of you rather than 5. If the target can see or hear you.
Great.
So, he basically just gives you advantage on your next
bonus action.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Okay. So your turn.
Nice.
Wow. I don't know. I'll find it later. He was drunk tonight.
He's straight up trying.
He was drunk.
I'm gonna use my mace on him.
Fine there. You're gonna use what?
My mace.
Okay, great. And you have advantage.
Well, that was 19 plus 2.
Okay, I would roll.
I'm just guessing at 20.
Just in case you get up.
2.
Okay.
4.
4. She's barely still alive. And give me an intimidation check.
Should I just roll this?
Yeah, and then add your intimidation skill for the modifier.
Minus
It's gonna be
3.
-3.
8.
8. That was the DC. You were fighting a rat. It is gonna run its life. It'll disengage.
The whole time I'm fighting, I just look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Like the spell looked like I didn't even think about doing it. Because like using weapons, I do not know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Exhibit initiative. And then what to do?
I'm gonna grab my short sword and then go look for my dagger.
Investigation check for the dagger.
I'm gonna look around the tunnel.
Okay.
18.
Yeah, you'll find it. 30. Okay. Looking around the tunnel. Are you gonna map it out completely, or just keep walking?
I'm not gonna move
Okay.
from where she is. I'm just gonna be like looking.
It does seem that indeed you are either here or you are there.
So I'll come up and say that we should follow this to see whether we're underneath the sewer grate that'll allow us in or not, because otherwise we'll just take the next corner. He said that there was the sewer grate to get up, I believe, didn't he? Am I wrong in saying that?
You guys, as you're talking, are just walking down. You get to the other end. You didn't see anything above you. No light came in. What is above you is it looks like the way they built this prison was wooden planks, and then underneath it they had like put up clay, just slapped up clay for it.
Whether it's a sewer grate, I believe it was a sewer grate that he had talked
Give me
about.
a perception check as you walk down there. By the way, both of you.
That's a 11.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you get to the end.
Well, either way, let's
You really have to peek.
look to the other side.
How much you guys feel? I would be great.
Well, I can just run this through you. You loop to the other side, go back down the other way, and with the same perception check, you cannot tell
Any sort of entrance.
Yep. Okay. So going back from where you started, you essentially have. Yeah. Well, I guess the best way to say this is if you came down from this area, and for example, if you came down here, and you wanted to get in here, you would look and go up right when you started seeing where those wood planks are. You can see from here to here. You can kind of see where it begins. You would try to come up the beginning of it, essentially. That's what you wanted to do. If you thought it was the other end, you would go like here.
And then same thing, wooden planks.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So either end, I would, trying to. Okay. What does the Adventurers pack have in it?
50 feet of hemp rope.
Okay, that's
Some Titans, I think. I don't know that. You can
Okay.
check that page. So I'll say you guys are back here, the same way you came in.
okay. So we checked both corners, and it seems that you're probably right. We'll probably just have to bust through.
Or you might be here.
Yeah. When z- on the map, these are the prism
Mm-hmm.
cells. So I want to go to both sides and just stand and listen.
Okay.
So like all
Yep.
4 sides, I want to go through, stand and listen, so that I can try and figure out like if there are prisoners in these ones, and all they did was planks and some clay.
Okay.
I imagine some sound.
Give me one perception check.
Nat 20.
Alrighty. You do not hear anything.
Okay.
You do see something.
Okay.
There. Thought you were gonna have to get into this with intelligence, but you guys just rolled your way through it. That's fine. Takra rolls 3rd crit. I'm gonna write down my notes at timestamp.
I like the fly sound.
You see in one of these areas
Mhm.
a little pick that it looks like during construction was placed up into here.
Okay.
Just a little piece of metal sticking out.
Gotcha. I'll point it out to you and say, I mean,
And before you even say anything, I'm gonna walk up and pull it out.
Okay.
10 feet.
It wasn't just like a pick, it was kind of like this, where it had a flat top, and then they had clayed all around it. So when you pulled it out, it brought all the clay down around it as well, leaving just the wooden panels.
Gotcha. Perfect. Once the debris is done falling, I'll walk back up and say, I believe we found our entrance.
Yeah, and it does look like it's cut out to where it can pop up.
Gotcha. How tall is this, by the way? Like, is it just like you reach and you can pop and then you can?
You guys are probably crouching all the time.
Then I'll probably kind of like gently push you to the side and say I'll check it out first, and then I'll bring you up when if it seems safe.
Or just bring them down.
I mean, if you don't wanna help in this endeavor, you can stay down here.
I get just kind of loud.
That is true. Why don't you stay here and I'll come back for you in a moment if it
You
seems
can give
all
me
right.
a signal
Okay. I'll knock on the wood if it's good for you to come up, or if I want you to come up.
3 times.
3 times. You got it. And then I'll lift myself up as quietly as possible.
Okay. As soon as you poke your head up into there, you'll see that there is nobody in here.
Okay.
But there is a note on the bed, and it does have the insignia of Hush on it.
Perfect. I'll go grab it and read it real quickly.
Okay. It reads, "You've done well so far. Stay here for an hour. If nobody shows up, leave out the way you came."
Okay. I'll get my head back through. So wait, so if I'm interpreting the note right, this means that the 2 people should show up to me. Otherwise, we should just leave.
I will copy it and paste it.
Because
You may.
Cassius.
Do you call me up?
No, I'd probably come down.
Do you show it to me though?
Yeah, I would come down, and it has the insignia of Hush.
Which I'm getting right now.
Okay, you'll show it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say maybe that was for them and they're late.
Could be. It's a good point.
Or it was for them and we're late. Was it open?
No. It was sealed shut.
So either they're late, or we're being given different information.
Either they're late or this vault is empty.
could
Is
be.
the whole place empty? Can we see now from the cell?
Yeah, if you kind of go up to the cell, there are guards. So I can, if you want to flip it over, there's a full map underneath that second one. But you are sitting, essentially, you're sitting in this cell.
Gotcha.
We can see guards. Do we see other prisoners?
You
Or
do
did he? I guess, did you?
you do see other prisoners? Yes.
Okay.
Do you guys wish to wait there?
What do you think?
This is the simple. Fine. Good word.
Oh.
Nice.
So are there guards right outside of this cell?
They are sitting here. These are cells.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is wall. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3 other cells,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is the guards area here.
Okay. And we were told to go into a cell that has 2 people in it.
Yes, you were. There are no cells with 2 people in it, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
That pick looked intentional.
Mm-hmm.
This note has the hush insignia on it.
Gotcha.
Take that what you will.
So the whole prison schematic, this is the only place that prisoners would be.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks like across the hall, there's
mhm.
also prisoners in
Gotcha.
here as well.
We can't see.
You can't see them.
Gotcha.
No.
So that would be the only other place to go
Mhm.
look.
Yeah.
Does it seem like the guards are looking in this way?
They're totally unoccupied with what you guys are doing, really.
Okay.
They're sleeping or talking or eating.
Then I'll look to you and say I'm gonna go look. Actually, no. I'm gonna say let's wait the hour. If the hour goes by and nobody shows up, then I'll go and look at those other cells. And then if we need to leave, we make a quick escape. But that way we've fulfilled the hour just in case. And then past that, if we can't find the prisoners, then they're on their own.
What if we wait the hour and they were in the wrong cell the whole time?
Well, I'm still going to go check the cells.
But then they also knew to leave after an hour.
That is possible. So I can go look now. Either way, there are things that could go wrong. So I can either go look now or we can wait.
Should I stay in the sewer?
Probably.
Also, you guys have been chatting about 10 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
We hear footsteps on the roof.
On the roof.
And that is where we will end the session.
Okay.
Great. So the other group was like, asked Cassius, they were like, do you inscribe this? And yeah, and then like, do maps usually have like a compass on them? And then they're like, yeah, usually, yes. And then they're like, okay. And then they're like, they looked around and they found the compass in the bottom right, and it's backwards. So you're supposed to look at it like this and come in the right way, but you found the pick, which works so
That's
when if you come in and then right and left come here, and it looks like west is actually east because
That's
he
clever.
copied it backwards or whatever.
Gotcha.
They figured that out, and you guys just rolled your way through.
This doesn't look very close.
My favorite way to do it.
What I thought you were gonna have to do is poke that up into somebody's cell and be a guy there that's like, "Oh, bro, you're breaking me out," and then you have to make a decision. So you
Your voice is so deep.
Sorry. Oh, I didn't stop streaming. Oh shit.